who explain the symbolical meanings of these artworks. Okay, so my first point I want to talk about for my first point, I want to talk about the ways Asado, which is the Asamblea de Artistas Revolucionarios de Oaxaca. That's an art group, a group of artists, of Mexican artists that protest. And first of all, I want to talk about the way they paint to get their points across. So here we have the recreation of the Last Supper, which was created by an artist of the group Asado. And we're all familiar with this painting right here, which is the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. And right here we have Jesus Christ in the middle and his disciples. And and in here, in the recreation, we can see that the artist changed Jesus and his disciples. For example, right here in the middle, you can't really tell, but this right here, it's the Mexican drug lord El Chapo, and yeah, he's sort of representing, he's sort of like the person in control of everything that is happening in Mexico. And some of the people we can spot right here is, right here it's a Mexican president. Right here is this dude represents the church. And right here it's Uncle Sam. And we have a Russian guy right here. It's hard, you can like really tell. Oh. And instead of bread and wine, which symbolizes Jesus' body and blood, they are eating the head of Benito Juarez, which is a really important person in Mexican history. In here, he symbolizes the strength and the potential of Mexico as a country. Okay, so therefore, the meaning of this painting is that Mexico is being controlled by drug dealers with help of the government and some of the most powerful people in the world. So like right here, does anyone know who Carlos Slim is? Oh, well, he's the richest person in the world, and he's right here. He has that little symbol right here of his company in his chest. And this brings me to my second point. Which is resource exploitation. Okay, so in this picture we can see the United States taking advantage of Mexico. Right here is the United States, and right here it's Mexico. And the way they do it is they buy petroleum at really low prices, while it makes it harder for Mexicans to get them for themselves. And the artist also expresses that it's not the United States' fault, but it's Mexico's, because they're the ones selling it. And in my opinion, I feel like the Mexican government should stop thinking about making money for themselves and instead put the people's needs first. And right away we can tell the purpose of this work, and because it shows how the United States right here is fueling itself from Mexico, like you would like when you go to fuel your car at the gas station. Okay. So we can also see Mexico's petroleum brand right here, Pemex. It gets sucked into this barrel and it turns into Texaco, and Chevron right here, which is American gas brands. And at the bottom right here, we see Mexicans trying to fight to protect their heritage, in this case, petroleum. Okay. Okay, so in addition to these problems, Mexican women also have to deal with male chauvinism, and this is an issue that Mexican artists are addressing as well. So, first of all, for those of us who don't know what the term male chauvinism means, it is basically the belief that men are superior in terms of intelligence, abilities, and so on. That's a definition from the OxfordDictionaries.com. Okay, so in the Mexican culture, women don't get the respect they deserve. Although they have equal rights than men, they don't take them seriously. Okay, so we have this. Okay, here it says cuando una mujer avanza, no hay hombre que la detenga, and this means that when a woman continues, there's not man who can stop her. In this picture, we can see a young woman trying to avoid being crushed by a giant shoe. So, and right here, her shadow forms a fist, and that fist represents like female inner strength. And then the shoe represents like the things they have to fight, and the size of the shoe represents like how big this problem is. Okay, so this is a big problem that is bringing Mexico down as a society and making it more primitive. These are the reasons why this group of artists are out of protest. Because as you can already tell, political corruption, resource exploitation, and male chauvinism are three big problems that Mexico faces on a daily basis. And what these artists are doing are trying to let the people know what's going on. Although people already know what's happening in their country, they don't want to face it. And what they do is paint the truth and also things that you can't actually tell in words. It's that it's easier to explain in photos, pictures, art. Okay, so any questions?
Amberly.
Good morning. My name is Amberly, and I'm here today to talk to you about J.K. Rowling, and just for fun I put, and the Chamber of Good Deeds. So if you've read her books, you know. So how many of you actually have read her series? Quite a few of you. For those of you who don't know, she wrote the Harry Potter series, which is one of my favorite series, just because it's classified as children's literature, but the books progress as the audience grows up. So here's the books. I chose J.K. Rowling because I'm an aspiring author, and so she's just an idol to me just because of her work. But I'm actually not here to talk about the work she's done in her literature. I'm here to talk about her charities, which she does a lot of charity work. I'm here today to talk about two of them that are very important. So her charities really come from her life and the struggles that she had. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Anne Rowling Neurological Clinic. And for those of you who don't know, Anne Rowling was J.K. Rowling's mother, and she died at the age of 45 from multiple sclerosis, which it's a very degenerative disease, and it attacks your nervous system, and eventually you can't do things on your own, and you'll eventually die from it. without proper treatment. And there's not an actual cure for it, but medication and research have come so far that they can help you with it. So the Anne Rowling Clinic, it studies not just MS, which is multiple sclerosis, but it also studies Parkinson's, Huntington's, and various other neurological diseases. And I think that's pretty interesting, you know, that Rowling can go and start a clinic on her own. She's the founder of it, so. And that comes from her losing her mother, who was very, very important to her. So this article is from The Observer, and she wrote it herself, the article, and she basically talks about the situation that she saw from when she was diagnosed. There wasn't very much help for her. Doctors would go to her home to kind of help her with it, and then eventually it stopped. And so she died at the age of 45, and it was very, very hard for Rowling. And if you've read the books, you'll notice death is a common theme in her series, and that's where this comes from. And that's her mom. She was an RN, like a nurse. And so, yeah. The next one I'm going to talk about is Lumos. For those of you who haven't read the Harry Potter series, Lumos is a spell that they use for light. So it symbolizes light. The charity actually started when Rowling read a news article in the Sunday Times talking about how children were being taken from their families because of low income, disability, things like that. And she saw a picture of children sleeping in cages. And that really touched her heart. And so she started Lumos, which raises money and helps the families stay together. And it helps them, you know, find resources, income, it gives them education so that they have the means to survive. She wrote the Tales of Beedle the Bard, which comes from Harry Potter. It's like a spin-off. And it actually sold for 1.5 million pounds, which in the United States, that's $3.16 million. So it's a lot of money. And it all went to the charity itself. And this is another object that she sold. It's the Lumos charm bracelet, and it just has various charms from the Harry Potter series. And that sold for 20,000 pounds. So still a lot of money, and it all goes to the charity. So in conclusion, although J.K. Rowling is an amazing author, I love her very much because of the literature she writes. She does so much more than that, and she tries to help the world itself. And so that makes me love her even more. So, thank you.
Amberly, also for you, email me today your reference. I'm actually full of understanding. Obviously, I'm not deducting points unless you don't email me that today. Okay. Jorge.